Ever get that like weird flash of light in your vision? Or see those little floaters kind of drifting around?
Yeah, I think we've all seen those from time to time.
Yeah, today we're going deep on eye health, specifically those flashes and floaters and what they might be telling you about your overall health. We've got a stack of research and expert insights to help you understand what's normal, what's not, and how to keep your eyes healthy for years to come.
It's fascinating how much we take our vision for granted.
Yeah.
Our eyes are incredibly complex, and those seemingly minor things like, flashes and floaters can sometimes be early warning signs of bigger issues.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly causes those flashes and floaters in the first place? I know I've definitely seen them both, especially when I'm tired or in dim lighting. What's going on there?
Well, inside your eye, there's this gel-like substance called the vitreous,
Okay.
and it fills the space between your lens and the retina. And the retinabulary is that thin layer of tissue at the back of your eye that senses light and sends signals to your brain, allowing you to see.
So it's like the eye's own personal camera sensor.
Exactly. Now, as we age, that vitreous gel can start to shrink and pull away from the retina. Imagine pulling a sheet of plastic wrap off a bowl.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it comes off cleanly, but other times it sticks and kind of makes those crackling sounds, right?
Yeah, I can picture that.
Those flashes of light, known as photoxia, are like those crackling sounds. They happen when the shrinking vitreous tugs on the retina. And those floaters, they're bits of debris that get stirred up in the process, tiny clumps of protein or cells that cast shadows on the retina.
So basically those floaters are like little eye dust bunnies.
Huh! That's a great way to put it, and most of the time they're harmless and just a normal part of aging. But here's where it gets important. Sometimes those changes in the vitreous can signal a more serious problem, especially if they happen suddenly.
Okay, red alert time. What are the warning signs we should be looking out for?
A sudden increase in the number of floaters you see, especially if they're accompanied by flashes of light, is something to take seriously.
Got it.
Also, be on the lookout for what looks like a curtain or shadow moving across your vision. These could be signs of something called posterior vitreous detachment, or PVD.
PVD, that sounds pretty serious.
It can be, but it's also surprisingly common. It happens when the vitreous completely separates from the retina.
Okay.
Most of the time it's harmless, but in some cases that separation can cause a tear in the retina.
And a retinal tear, that's bad, right?
Yes, a retinal tear can lead to a retinal detachment, which is a medical emergency. It's like wallpaper peeling off the wall.
Okay.
If the retina detaches from the back of your eye, it can lead to permanent vision loss.
So the takeaway here is don't panic if you see a few floaters. But if you notice any sudden changes, especially a lot of new floaters, flashes of light, or that curtain-like vision loss, get to an eye doctor immediately.
Absolutely. Early detection is crucial when it comes to retinal tears and detachments. Time is of the essence in those situations.
Yeah. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about something I think we could all relate to. Eye strain. I swear, after a day of staring at screens, my eyes feel like they've run a marathon. Is all this screen time actually bad for our eyes?
It's definitely a concern. You're not imagining things. Eye strain is incredibly common these days, and all that time we spend glued to our phones, computers, and tablets is a major contributing factor.
So what's actually happening in our eyes when we get that strained feeling?
Well, when you focus on a screen for extended periods, you tend to blink less, which dries out your eyes.
Oh, okay.
And the blue light emitted from those devices can also be a factor, but it's not just the screens themselves, it's also the way we use them. Poor posture, improper lighting, and even the distance between your eyes and the screen can all contribute to eye strain.
Okay, so we know it's a problem, but what can we do about it? Because I don't see us ditching our devices anytime soon.
You're right, we live in a digital world, but luckily there are some simple things you can get to protect your eyes. Have you heard of the 20-20-20 rule?
I've heard of it, but I could use a refresher.
It's easy to remember. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and look at something 20 feet away. This helps relax the muscles in your eyes and prevent them from getting fatigued.
That makes sense. Anything else we can do?
Absolutely. Make sure you have proper lighting, reduce glare on your screens, and take breaks to stand up and move around. And don't forget to blink. It sounds silly, but consciously blinking more often helps keep your eyes lubricated.
So small changes can make a big difference. I like it. Now, I'm really intrigued by the connection between diet and eye health. Is it true that certain foods can actually improve our vision?
You are what you eat, and that definitely applies to your eyes. There are specific nutrients that are crucial for maintaining healthy vision, and research suggests that eating a diet rich in these nutrients can help protect against age-related eye diseases like macular degeneration.
Okay, you've got my attention. Fill me in on the good stuff. What should we be eating to keep our eyes healthy?
Leafy greens like spinach and kale are superstars when it comes to eye health. They're packed with antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin, which are like internal sunglasses, protecting your eyes from harmful blue light and free radical damage.
Interesting. So they're not just good for Popeye's muscles, they're good for our eyes too.
Exactly. And they can actually help prevent macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss.
Wow, I had no idea. What else should we be stocking up on?
Omega-3 fatty acids found in oily fish like salmon and tuna are also important for eye health.
Okay.
They can help reduce dry eye symptoms and support overall retinal health. And don't forget about vitamin C, found in citrus fruits, berries, and peppers. It plays a vital role in collagen production, which is essential for the health of your cornea, the clear outer layer of your eye.
This is fascinating. So it's not just about carrots anymore.
Carrots are great. The beta-carotene they contain gets converted to vitamin A in the body, which is important for night vision. But as you can see, there's a whole rainbow of nutrients that contribute to healthy eyes.
So basically, a diet that's good for your heart and your waistline is also good for your eyes.
Precisely. Eating a balanced diet full of colorful fruits and vegetables, healthy fats, and lean protein is one of the best things you can do for your overall health, including your vision.
This is all great information, but I'm curious, are there other lifestyle factors besides diet that can impact our eye health? Things we might not even be thinking about.
Absolutely. We've talked about screen time and diet, but there are a few other key players in the eye health game.
Okay, give us the rundown. What else should we be aware of?
Well, first and foremost, if you smoke, quit.
Yeah.
Smoking significantly increases your risk of developing a whole host of eye diseases, including cataracts, macular degeneration, and even optic nerve damage.
Yikes, that's a scary list. Anything else?
Managing underlying health conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure is crucial. These conditions can damage the delicate blood vessels in your eyes, leading to serious vision problems.
So taking care of our overall health is a major part of taking care of our eyes.
Absolutely. It's all connected. And one more thing I can't stress enough. Stay hydrated.
Drink more water, got it. But how does that tie into eye health?
Your eyes need adequate fluid to function properly. Dehydration can lead to dry eyes, blurred vision, and even eye fatigue.
So those little things we do for our overall health have a ripple effect on our vision too.
They absolutely do. It's all about taking a holistic approach to your well-being.
This is all incredibly helpful, but I think our listeners are probably wondering, what's the most important thing I can do right now to protect my vision?
Great question. While all those lifestyle factors we discuss are important, the single most effective thing you can do is schedule regular eye exams.
Even if I think my vision is perfect.
Especially then. Regular eye exams allow your eye doctor to detect any subtle changes or early signs of eye disease even before you notice any symptoms. Remember, many eye conditions don't have obvious symptoms in the early stages, and early detection is key to preserving your vision.
It's like going in for a car tune-up. Better to catch those small issues before they turn into major problems.
That's a great analogy, and here's something that might surprise you. Those regular eye exams can also reveal clues about your overall health. They can sometimes detect early signs of conditions like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and even some types of cancer.
Wow. I had no idea eyes could tell us so much.
It's truly remarkable. Your eyes are like windows into your overall well-being.
This has been a great overview of eye health, but I'm particularly interested in learning more about the vitreous. It seems like such a strange and important part of the eye, and we only briefly touched on it earlier.
You're right, the vitreous is fascinating. It plays a critical role in maintaining the shape of the eye and allowing light to pass through to the retina.
So in the next segment, we'll dive deeper into the vitreous, what it is, how it changes over time, and what you need to know to keep it healthy. You might be surprised by what you'll learn. Okay, so we're back and ready to delve into the mysterious world of the vitreous. It's not exactly a dinner table topic,
Yeah.
but it turns out this gel-like substance plays a bigger role in our vision than I ever realized.
Yeah, it's true. The vitreous is often overlooked, but it's essential for maintaining the shape of your eye and ensuring that light reaches the retina properly. Think of it like the scaffolding that holds everything in place.
Okay, that makes sense. But we also mentioned earlier that changes in the vitreous can cause those flashes and floaters and sometimes even more serious problems. Can you walk us through what's actually happening in there as we age?
Absolutely. In younger eyes, the vitreous is thick and the gel-like, almost like a clear jelly.
Okay.
But as we get older, the vitreous starts to liquefy, becoming more watery.
Mm-hmm.
And as it shrinks and changes consistency, it can pull away from the retina, causing that flashes of light as it tugs on the delicate retinal tissue.
So it's like Jell-O that's starting to lose its shape.
That's a great analogy. And as the vitreous liquefies, those microscopic fibers that make up the gel can clump together, forming those little shadows we see as floaters.
So it's not really eye dust bunnies after all. It's more like little clumps of microscopic Jell-O fibers.
Well, kind of. It's amazing how something so small can have such a noticeable impact on our vision.
It really is. So we know that most of the time floaters are harmless, but when should we be concerned? What are the signs that something more serious might be going on?
As we discussed earlier, a sudden increase in the number of floaters, especially if it's accompanied by flashes of light, is a red flag.
Yeah.
And that curtain-like shadow moving across your vision is another warning sign that shouldn't be ignored. Those could indicate a retinal tear or detachment, which needs an immediate attention.
Okay, so those are the warning signs to watch out for. But I'm wondering, is there anything we can do to keep our vitreous healthy and prevent those changes from happening in the first place? Or is it just an inevitable part of aging?
While we can't stop the aging process entirely, there are definitely things we can do to support overall eye health and potentially slow down those changes in the vitreous.
I'm all ears. Tell us the secrets to a healthy vitreous.
Well, a lot of it comes back to those healthy habits we talked about earlier: eating a nutrient-rich diet, staying hydrated, not smoking, and managing any underlying health conditions.
So all those things that are good for our bodies in general are good for our eyes too.
Exactly. It's all connected. But when it comes to the vitreous specifically, there are a few nutrients that might be particularly beneficial.
Oh, like what? Give us the inside scoop.
Antioxidants, like those found in brightly colored fruits and vegetables, can help protect the vitreous from damage caused by free radicals. And hyaluronic acid, which is naturally found in the body, can help keep the vitreous hydrated and viscous.
Okay, hyaluronic acid. I know that's a popular ingredient in skincare products. Is it something we can get through our diet as well?
Yes, you can find hyaluronic acid in foods like bone broth, leafy greens, and root vegetables. And there are also supplements available.
Interesting. So it's like giving your eyes a little extra hydration from the inside out.
Exactly. And some research suggests that hyaluronic acid supplements might even help improve symptoms of dry eye.
That's pretty cool. So we've got the diet and lifestyle stuff down, but let's talk about something a little more high-tech. The blue light debate. Is all the blue light coming from our devices actually damaging to our eyes, or is that just hype?
It's a question that's been getting a lot of attention lately, and the research is still evolving. But here's what we know so far. Blue light is a type of high-energy visible light that's emitted by the sun, but also by electronic devices like smartphones, computers, and tablets.
So we're exposed to it both naturally and artificially. But why is everyone so worried about the blue light coming from our screens?
Well, there are a few reasons. First, the amount of blue light emitted by our devices is significant, and we tend to use them at close range for extended periods, which increases our exposure.
And I imagine using those devices at light in the dark is even worse.
You're right, our bodies are naturally attuned to the cycle of daylight and darkness. Exposure to bright light, especially blue light at night, can disrupt our circadian rhythms, making it harder to fall asleep and get quality rest.
So that late night scrolling session might be messing with our sleep more than we realize.
Exactly. And there's also some concern that long-term exposure to high levels of blue light could increase the risk of developing age-related macular degeneration, which is a leading cause of vision loss.
Okay, that's definitely something to take seriously. But is the blue light from our devices really that different from the blue light that comes from the sun?
That's a good question. The main difference is the intensity and duration of exposure.
Okay.
We're generally not staring at the sun for hours on end at close range, and our bodies have natural mechanisms to protect our eyes from the sun's harmful rays, like blinking and pupil constriction.
But we don't get those same protections when we're staring at our phones.
Not to the same extent, and when you factor in the fact that we're spending more and more time with our devices, the potential cumulative effects of blue light exposure are a legitimate concern.
So what's the verdict? Should we all be wearing those blue light-blocking glasses or putting filters on our screens?
It's a personal choice. The evidence supporting the effectiveness of blue light-blocking glasses is still somewhat mixed, but if you're concerned about eye strain, sleep disruption, or the potential long-term effects of blue light, it certainly can't hurt to try those strategies.
And it's probably a good idea to be mindful of our screen time in general, especially at night.
Absolutely. Taking breaks, dimming the brightness, and putting those devices away an hour or two before bed are all good habits to cultivate.
This has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of the vitreous and the blue light debate. But I'm curious, what about the connection between eye health and our overall well-being? Is it true that our eyes can reveal clues about other health conditions?
That's right, your eyes are truly a window into your overall health. Eye exams can reveal signs of conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even autoimmune diseases.
Wow, that's incredible. So in the next segment, we'll explore this fascinating link between eye health and overall well-being and uncover the surprising ways our eyes can provide insights into what's going on inside our bodies. It's mind-blowing to think that something as small and intricate as our eyes can hold so much information about our overall health.
It really is remarkable. The eyes are often called the window to the soul,
Yeah.
but they're also a window into our physical well-being.
I'm really curious to learn more about this connection. So, how exactly can eye exams reveal clues about other health conditions?
Well, think about it this way. The eyes are the only place in the body where we can directly observe blood vessels and nerves without any invasive procedures.
So, it's like having a built-in microscope for those vital systems.
Precisely. And by examining those structures, eye doctors can detect subtle changes that might indicate underlying health problems. For example, did you know that eye exams can sometimes be the first indication of diabetes?
Really? How so? I thought diabetes was all about blood sugar levels.
It is, but high blood sugar can damage the tiny blood vessels in the retina, leading to a condition called diabetic retinopathy.
Okay.
This can cause blurry vision, floaters, and even vision loss if left untreated, and often those changes in the retina are detectable before a person even experiences any other symptoms of diabetes.
So, regular eye exams are crucial for people with diabetes, but they can also help identify people who might be at risk.
Exactly. Early detection and treatment are key when it comes to diabetic retinopathy. Catching it in the early stages can significantly reduce the risk of vision loss.
What about other conditions? Can eye exams reveal clues about things like high blood pressure or heart disease?
Absolutely. High blood pressure can also damage blood vessels in the eye,
Okay.
including those in the retina and the optic nerve, which carries signals from your eye to your brain.
So, if those blood vessels are damaged, that can impact our vision.
Yes, it can lead to blurred vision, blind spots, and even vision loss. And in severe cases, damage to those blood vessels in the eye can be a sign of an increased risk of stroke.
That's a scary thought. So, taking steps to manage our blood pressure is good for our hearts and our eyes.
Precisely. It's all connected. And speaking of connections, did you know that eye exams can also reveal signs of high cholesterol?
Really? I had no idea. How is that even possible?
Sometimes cholesterol can deposit in the blood vessels of the retina, forming small yellowish plaques. These are called Hollenhorst plaques, and they can be a sign of atherosclerosis, which is the buildup of plaque in the arteries.
Wow, our eyes are like little detectives for our cardiovascular health.
They really are. And the amazing thing is, eye exams can also provide clues about conditions that might seem completely unrelated to vision.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. What other kinds of conditions can eye exams detect?
Well, autoimmune diseases like lupus and rheumatoid arthritis can sometimes cause inflammation in the eyes, leading to redness, pain, and even vision changes.
Okay.
And believe it or not, eye exams can even sometimes detect signs of certain types of cancer.
Cancer. That's mind-blowing. How is that possible?
In rare cases, tumors can develop in the eye or spread to the eye from other parts of the body, and these tumors can sometimes be detected during a routine eye exam.
So even if we think our vision is fine, those regular eye exams are essential for our overall health.
Absolutely, they're one of the most valuable preventative health screenings you can get. Early detection is key when it comes to so many conditions, and eye exams can provide those early warning signs that might otherwise go unnoticed.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of eye health. We've learned so much, from those seemingly minor things like flashes and floaters to the profound connection between our eyes and our overall well-being.
It's been a fascinating exploration, and I hope it empowers listeners to take charge of their eye health and their overall health.
I agree. So to wrap things up, what are the key takeaways listeners should remember?
First and foremost, prioritize those regular eye exams. They're not just about checking your vision, they're about safeguarding your overall health. Second, adopt those healthy habits we discussed. Eat a nutrient-rich diet, stay hydrated, get enough sleep, manage stress, and don't smoke. And finally, pay attention to your body. Don't ignore any unusual symptoms, especially changes in your vision.
Those are great reminders. And I think one of the biggest takeaways for me is that our eyes are so much more than just organs of sight. They're truly a reflection of our overall health and well-being.
That's a beautiful way to put it. By taking care of our eyes, we're taking care of ourselves on a deeper level.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into eye health. I hope this episode has opened your eyes to the importance of eye health and inspired you to prioritize those peepers.
It's been a pleasure diving deep with you.
Until next time, keep exploring the world with wonder and curiosity.